The rise of Cleopatra, the queen who seduced an empire. Cleopatra VII, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt, is one of history's most fascinating figures. Her reign marked a critical point in both Egyptian and Roman history, as her political and personal alliances shifted the balance of power in the ancient world. Beyond the myths and sensationalized stories, Cleopatra was a highly intelligent and strategic leader whose ambition to restore Egypt to its former glory led her into alliances with some of the most powerful men of the Roman Republic, Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Early life and rise to power. Cleopatra was born in 69 BCE into the Ptolemaic dynasty, a Greek royal family that ruled Egypt after the death of Alexander the Great. Unlike many of her predecessors, Cleopatra was one of the few Ptolemies who embraced Egyptian culture and was fluent in the Egyptian language, in addition to Greek and other languages. This ability to connect with the Egyptian people, combined with her intellectual prowess and charismatic presence, helped solidify her as a true ruler of Egypt. After the death of her father, Ptolemy XII, Cleopatra co-ruled with her brother Ptolemy XIII, as was customary in the Ptolemaic dynasty. However, their relationship quickly deteriorated. Cleopatra was a strong and independent ruler, while her brother's advisors sought to diminish her influence. In 49 BCE, Cleopatra was forced to flee Egypt as tensions escalated into civil war. Cleopatra's alliance with Julius Caesar. In 48 BCE, the Roman general Julius Caesar arrived in Egypt while pursuing his rival Pompey during Rome's own civil war. Cleopatra saw an opportunity to regain her throne and secure an alliance with the most powerful man in Rome. According to legend, Cleopatra had herself smuggled into Caesar's quarters, wrapped in a rug or a linen sack. This bold gesture, along with her intelligence and charm, captivated Caesar. The alliance between Cleopatra and Caesar was as political as it was personal. Caesar helped Cleopatra reclaim her throne from Ptolemy XIII, and in return, Cleopatra supported Caesar's military campaigns. Their relationship was solidified when Cleopatra bore him a son, Ptolemy XV, known as Caesarion. Although Caesar never officially recognized Caesarion as his heir, their relationship made Cleopatra a central figure in Roman politics. She traveled to Rome and lived there for a time, cultivating important alliances and presenting herself as both a queen and a Roman leader's consort. However, Caesar's assassination in 44 BCE left Cleopatra in a precarious position. Without her Roman protector, she returned to Egypt, determined to maintain her power and independence. Cleopatra and Mark Antony. After Caesar's death, Rome was plunged into yet another power struggle, this time between Mark Antony, Octavian, later known as Augustus, and Lepidus, who formed the Second Triumvirate to defeat Caesar's assassins. Antony, a close ally of Caesar and a powerful general, took control of Rome's eastern provinces, including Egypt. Cleopatra, recognizing the importance of securing Antony's support, once again employed her diplomatic and personal skills. In 41 BCE, Cleopatra was summoned to meet Antony in Tarsus. The meeting became legendary. Cleopatra sailed to Tarsus on a magnificent barge, dressed as the goddess Aphrodite, surrounded by luxurious symbols of wealth and power. Antony was immediately captivated by her, and their political alliance soon turned into a passionate love affair. Antony and Cleopatra's relationship was mutually beneficial. Cleopatra supported Antony's military campaigns in the Eastern Mediterranean, while Antony provided Cleopatra with protection and resources. Their relationship was also personal, and they had 3 children together: Alexander Helios, Cleopatra Selene, and Ptolemy Philadelphus. The couple presented themselves as the embodiment of divine power, with Antony as Dionysus and Cleopatra as Isis. The conflict with Octavian Antony's relationship with Cleopatra alarmed many in Rome, particularly Octavian, Caesar's adopted son, and Antony's rival for power. Roman propaganda painted Cleopatra as a foreign seductress who had bewitched Antony and turned him against Rome. This culminated in a propaganda war between Octavian and Antony, with Octavian accusing Antony of betraying Rome to Cleopatra. In 32 BCE, Antony officially divorced Octavian's sister Octavia, to whom he had been married for political reasons. This act, combined with Antony's growing association with Cleopatra, prompted Octavian to declare war. In 31 BCE, the conflict came to a head in the Battle of Actium, a naval battle off the coast of Greece. Cleopatra and Antony's forces were decisively defeated by Octavian's fleet. Antony and Cleopatra fled back to Egypt, but their fate was sealed. As Octavian's forces advanced on Alexandria, Antony and Cleopatra took their own lives in 30 BCE. According to tradition, Cleopatra died by allowing an asp, a venomous snake, to bite her, though the exact circumstances of her death remain a mystery. Cleopatra's legacy. Cleopatra's death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the fall of Egypt to Roman rule. Her son, Caesarion, was executed on Octavian's orders, and Egypt was absorbed into the Roman Empire. Despite her defeat, Cleopatra's legacy lived on, and she became one of the most enduring figures in history. For centuries, Cleopatra has been depicted as a seductive and manipulative ruler, but modern historians recognize her as a complex and intelligent leader who fought to preserve Egypt's independence in a tumultuous time. She skillfully navigated the political landscape of both Egypt and Rome, using her charisma, intellect, and strategic alliances to maintain power in a male-dominated world. Cleopatra's story is one of ambition, power, love, and tragedy. She was not merely a figure of myth or legend, but a ruler who left a lasting impact on both Egyptian and Roman history. Her relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony were not simply romantic, but also deeply political, reflecting the delicate balance of power between Egypt and Rome during the final years of the Roman Republic. Conclusion. Cleopatra's life was a blend of myth and reality, and her story has captivated generations of historians, writers, and artists. She was a queen who dared to challenge the greatest empire of her time, and a woman who understood the intricate power dynamics of her world. Cleopatra's story is a reminder that history is often more complex than the legends that arise from it, and that true power comes not only from might, but from intelligence, strategy, and vision.